Good afternoon, traders. It is Wednesday, May 15th, 2019, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Well, we had another insane day in the stock market today. Uh, we're undamaged, but it's just really crazy trading. Um, Yesterday, we had the Dow open up, and then it did this ugly hook that I pointed out yesterday. It made me very nervous, and we had quite a few positions on. And yeah, it did what I figured it'd do. It gapped down this morning, but then it immediately started to rally again, and um, actually did another ugly hook there. Excuse me. So this pattern has repeated itself 2 days in a row, but what follows the next day, you've heard me say that stocks don't repeat the pattern uh, 2 days in a row usually, and so I would anticipate that tomorrow, rather than opening down as it did today, that it'll open up and go the opposite of that pattern. I really don't know, but I would be surprised if tomorrow it does the same thing as it did today. That is, open down here. Okay, we lucked out in spite of this down opening. We ended up getting out with positive about $900, which was a little improvement over what we were holding yesterday. That was in spite of this uh, big down opening. We got into 13 new positions. 8 were positive, 5 were negative, and we're carrying negative $291 going into tomorrow. That negative number is almost all because of one very bad trade we got into, which I will show you here in this second. We we lucked out and got out of with positive numbers mostly because of these two stocks that I'll show you. Um, this first one is Western Digital. We had bought this yesterday right out of the gate, and it would close slightly positive yesterday. It gaps down this morning with the Dow, but then it did this big rally the first 30, 40 minutes. And so we got out of there with a positive $1,800. That was helpful. And then the other one with the almost identical pattern, this was NIO Incorporated. I had showed you yesterday. We bought this right out of the gate again. It closed very nicely, but it also gapped down with the Dow this morning, but then pops up there, and we get out there with $1,700 profit. Those two stocks, because of this nice little rally they did the first 40 minutes of the day, saved our butts, and that's how we came up with positive numbers on our exits today. I will show you the nemesis, our horrible trade for today. This was in Advaxis. Um, that's a biotech. And this thing gaps up big time this morning. We buy the gaps, and after looking like it might go for us, it just totally collapsed here. Very ugly chart pattern there, and that closed $6,700 against us. That's where all our losses, are, that just sucked up all our profits. on those open positions, and that's why we're carrying negative 200 some dollars going into tomorrow, because they were all the profits were sucked up in this one horrible trade that we got into. Finally, I will show you one of the good trades that we got into. This is GH Gradient Gardens Health. And this has been a crappy stock for us, but it came through today. We bought this right away this morning, and it just kept going, closed there near its high, and we were up $3,000 in open trade on Garden Health. So that one's good. So, as I say, a pretty crazy day that we survived. Let's hope we get a little bit of follow through on those 13 positions that we're holding tomorrow. And I will be back here tomorrow on Thursday.